This conflict of interest. You only here to make money, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no crime.
Wait a minute.
Ain't no
I'm
victim
not
or
your
no
man.
loss, bro.
I'm not your, listen, I'm
Hey,
not your
look,
man.
look, sir.
I'm not your
Hey,
bro.
sir. Hey, sir, respectfully, you're an Article 1 judge under the Commerce Clause. You've been on the bench since what, 21? Couple years? You need to talk to somebody.
I'm not your bro. I'm not your man, and I'm not to be interrupted when I'm speaking. I gave you the respect and the right to speak. Just because you're unsatisfied with the way that I ruled, then that's not my problem.
Excuse me, sir. I heard you say that you only read the first couple lines. Is there any way we could possibly take another case until you get your chance to read the entire thing? It's only
No,
2
I
pages.
can't. I'm not going to read this entire thing today.
It's only like 3 paragraphs, the entire thing. The rest are just case sightings.
Welcome back, everyone. Buckle up because today we're unpacking one of the most ridiculous court moments I've seen in a while. We've got a sovereign citizen who seriously tried to blame Wi-Fi issues for skipping court like that was going to fly with Judge Perkins. Spoiler alert, it didn't. This guy strolls in acting like the law doesn't apply to him, throwing around terms like jurisdiction and natural person like he's casting legal spells. But here's the reality: calling yourself a sovereign citizen doesn't give you superpowers. It just gives the judge a migraine. And when his motion gets denied, total meltdown. The hearing goes from legal argument to full-on tantrum in seconds. But here's what I want to ask you. If someone keeps disrespecting the court and dodging the rules, do they really deserve another shot? Let's get into it.
All right, I'm gonna deny the motion. I will set the matter for.
Is there any way I can get a written? Can I get a written articulation as to why you're denying the motion?
I'm denying the motion.
I would just appreciate a written excuse. Can I get a written articulation?
I'm not give it to you in writing.
Are we on record? Are we on record?
We're on record.
Okay. Is this court bound by the U.S. Constitution and Supreme Court rulings?
Yes.
Okay, you were denying my motion when I said that I had Fourth Amendment violations, and you're saying that you're denying my motion without looking into it or granting me a hearing to go over my motion, or give me an articulation as to why, a written excuse as to why. I want to make sure that that's what you're saying to me.
You're asking for a change of venue. I'm denying.
I'm saying that I know there's a motion for dismissal, and I'm saying that you, as an Article 1 judge under the Commerce Clause, if you're not going to uphold my due process and my Fourth Amendment, I'm saying that maybe we could change venues where I could get a real judge.
Okay, I'm denying the motion to dismiss. Okay, I'll set a trial date for you so you can be heard on that type of forum.
I insist that the court give me a written excuse as to why you're denying my motion, so I can take that to the tenor. Okay.
Well, you can insist all you want to.
Okay, I appreciate that, but I'm telling you, you're telling me today why you're not going to look into it or give me a hearing, that's so I can go over the evidence that I have to present to go with my motion. You don't want to do any of that, so I'm just asking that you can give me a written excuse that I could go take and complain against you on, because that's violating my due process. You didn't even give me the chance to say we're going to schedule a evidentiary hearing or something like that. You're going to sit up here and disregard that when I made genuine claims and put genuine evidence in there. Overwhelming. So at the end of the day, like I said, there's no crime. This is a fraudulent charge. There's no suspect. Y'all suspect me for no crime. There's no victim, no losses. Okay? And in a minute, it's going to be malicious prosecution. So I'm asking you to dismiss this charge or change the venue. And if you refuse to do that...
This guy walked into court like he was prepping for a debate club, not a legal proceeding grounded in actual law and precedent. Newsflash: judges aren't required to write you a thesis when your motion is based on vibes and something you have remembered from a conspiracy video. It's honestly wild how these sovereign citizen types treat ignorance like it's a legal strategy. Spoiler, it's not. It's just cringe. And by the time he's asking for a new judge, it's like blaming the scoreboard when you're already down 40-0. No one's buying it.
I'm asking you for a written excuse so I can take it to the tenor, sir. That's what I'm telling you. Because if not, I'm going to go to the tenor without it and let them know that you refuse to give me a written excuse, and you refuse to give me an evidentiary hearing, but you just straight denied it when you just 5 minutes ago, you said you didn't even read it. Now you just denied it. That's conflict of interest. That's bias. That's all that. So let's put it all on record. If you feel just as strongly as you feel, give me a written excuse. If not, let's change venue. Because you're Article 1 judge under the Commerce Clause. This conflict of interest. You only here to make money, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no crime.
Wait a minute.
Ain't no
I'm
victim
not
or
your
no
man.
loss, bro.
I'm not your, listen, I'm not your man.
Look, sir.
Hey,
sir. Hey, sir, respectfully, you're Article 1 judge under the Commerce Clause. You've been on the bench since what, 21? Couple years? You need to talk to somebody. I'm asking you to give me an evidentiary hearing to go over my motion for dismissal with the overwhelming evidence or change venue. Because if not, I'm going straight to the tenant right after this. And that's on you, sir. You had this. You did this.
Oh, all right. Now I'll let you speak.
Straight like that.
No, that's all we need. I don't want to hear any more from you.
It's cool. I appreciate it. This is due process. This is a due process violation. This is a due process violation right now. And the way y'all tried to railroad me when I was ready to argue my trial. I told you I was here to argue my trial. Y'all locked me out. Now you're trying to start the process over. They're not prepared to present a case. I'm telling you. They're not prepared to present an injured party, sir. What are we doing?
Listen. Please do not say any more. You've already made your record. I've given you that opportunity. If you continue on, especially interrupting me while I'm talking, because I didn't interrupt you while you were talking. I'm not your bro. I'm not your man, and I'm not to be interrupted when I'm speaking. I gave you the respect and the right to speak. Just because you're unsatisfied with the way that I ruled, then that's not my problem. You take whatever. Wait a minute. Let me say it. You take whatever recourse that you feel that is necessary. Now, what I can do, Mr. Lewis, is I can set you a jury trial date. And at that jury trial date, you will have an opportunity to represent yourself or do whatever you want to do and put all your proofs on the record by a jury of your peers, and you can argue it that way, okay?
I appreciate that, but I would still like a written.
You order the transcript. It's in the transcript.
I can't even get the court reporter to respond to my voice messages or you to respond to my emails, sir.
The court is not going to respond to your voice message. The court reporter is going to respond to you.
This guy's treating the courtroom like it's his personal science lab, testing the limits of judicial patience, one nonsense motion at a time. Honestly, I'm surprised the judge hasn't slapped him with sanctions yet. Under Rule 11, filing baseless motions isn't just annoying, it can get you fined. But sovereign citizens act like courtroom rules don't apply if you sprinkle in constitutional enough times. It's like they skimmed one Reddit thread and suddenly think they've got diplomatic immunity. If Zoom court has taught us anything, it's this. Some people get a webcam and immediately catch a case of imaginary authority. Because let's be real, they'd never pull this face to face.
The 36th district told me to call her today. That I was locked out of my trial date. I had a scheduled trial. The court told me to call her that day, and I called her that day, and she still hasn't responded. So I'm trying to see if the court that you work for is trying to tell me how the appropriate channels, and then y'all doing it different in y'all court. What am I to do?
I think you're talking about the court clerk and not the court reporter. This is distinct.
Yeah, I was told to call the clerk the day that I was locked out. The moment I was locked out.
So we moved past that. Getting locked out
that was my trial date.
Yeah, so I'm giving you another.
How soon can I get another trial date, sir? How soon can I get another trial date? That's what I'm asking.
That's what we're trying to do now. A jury trial. I'm gonna let the jury of his peers hear what he has to say. July 23rd, 2024 at 9 a.m.
July 23rd?
Yeah, 2024 at 9 a.m. We'll have a final pretrial the day before.
Why would we need a final pretrial? Why would we need a final pretrial?
Because I said I wanted one.
But that's how you protecting your interest. You protecting your interest, and you're gonna dismiss it on that day. So you're trying to play with me. You could dismiss it today. You literally violating my due process. You are literally violating my due process. You can't even give me a written excuse, but you're gonna all this whole.
Mr. Lewis, I know you don't want counsel, but is it possible we can talk in a breakout?
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. I am in pro se.
Go wherever you want to. final pretrial July 22nd, and trial date is going to be July 23rd. All the parties must appear on the final pretrial date, and the jury, and that can be on Zoom. And the next day, the jury trial date is in person. Have a very good day, Mr. Green. Best of luck to you.
That's not my name.
All right, so this trial is shaping up to be a full-blown train wreck for our sovereign citizen friend. He's acting like the jury's going to eat up the same recycled nonsense that already bombed with the judge. Spoiler, they won't. If he pulls that "I don't recognize your authority" routine in front of a full jury, yeah, that's going to explode in his face. Hard. Let me know if you want to see how it plays out, because if enough of you are into it, I'll absolutely cover the trial once it drops. What really gets me is how this guy basically challenged the judge to a legal duel and faced 0 consequences. No fines, no contempt charge, no dramatic courtroom smackdown. Just more wasted time on motions that have all the legal weight of a paper towel. And it makes you wonder, are Zoom courts giving people a false sense of power? Like, would he even try this nonsense if he was standing 10 feet from a bailiff? I get that judges are trying to stay composed and professional, but man, there's a part of me that misses the days when the courtroom actually meant something. Anyway, if this courtroom chaos entertained you even half as much as it confused me, hit that like button and subscribe. I've got new videos going up daily, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's next. Drop your thoughts in the comments too. Was this guy bold, or just plain delusional?